Generations of Erie residents and visitors have treasured memories of Lake Erie and Presque Isle. Enjoying the area's incredible natural resources and beauty is easy when there is something. Some flora, fauna, ecological zone, or recreational opportunity for everyone along the 13-mile Near Island State Park. In 2006, Tom Ridge Environmental Center became the gateway to exploration of Presque Isle State Park, the national natural landmark providing habitat to the greatest number of state endangered, threatened, and rare species than any other place of comparable size in PA. When the center opened its doors as the region's first LEED green building, it began showcasing the cultural and natural assets or wonders of the park through 7,000 square feet of exhibits and a 75-foot tower for a spectacular view of Lake Erie.
The interesting thing about the Tom Ridge Environmental Center, there's an opportunity for the public to come here, learn about Presque Isle, learn about the natural resources that are here. But what they don't often know is that we house many different organizations here. I think you see that in idea labs and co-working spaces throughout the region and the United States, where when you put people in close proximity to each other, often you have really neat and innovative ideas that come out of them. So the Office of the Great Lakes is able to work with its partners, whether it's another state agency like DCNR, or perhaps a nonprofit like Environment Erie, or Pennsylvania Sea Grant, where we can come up with interesting ideas and programs that help protect the water resources and land resources.
So the Natural History Museum at the Tom Ridge Environmental Center was incorporated into the original plan for the center back in 2006. It was spearheaded by Dr. Ed Masteller, a retired biology professor from Penn State Behrend. And his vision was to have a repository for specimens of plants and animals from the region, and particularly Presque Isle. So the museum has about roughly 10,000 specimens, primarily insects because we're very strong in our insect collection, but we also have a strong collection of plants, fish, amphibians, reptiles, mussels, and other invertebrates. We store these specimens in 2 rooms in the basement of the Ridge Center. The museum serves 3 main purposes: research, education, and conservation. So we're here to provide a repository of specimens which can be used by researchers and educators and conservationists.
It's a strong partnership between the Bureau of State Parks at Presque Isle State Park and the Tom Ridge Environmental Center Foundation. Without that relationship, our ability to do lots of things within the Tom Ridge Environmental Center and on the park would be constrained. That connection that the Tom Ridge Environmental Center Foundation provides between the community and local businesses and the park really give us the ability to do things and expand upon what we could be able to do as a Commonwealth agency here within the building and on the park.
Even though we're a very young organization, and we are actually just this weekend going to be purchasing a storage trailer with the foundation money that will enable us to store all of our supplies and equipment during our bird banding season. So we are capturing the birds in very fine, what are called mist nets, and then we bringing them in, banding them, identify, of course, what they are, and age and sex to the best of our ability based on various plumage and size and whatnot. And then we weigh them and measure them, and we let them go again. Presque Isle is a really, really cool, special place because of its habitat and because it's on the edge of Lake Erie, or in Lake Erie, really. And that makes it really interesting from the bird perspective, and it's a great place to bring people together with those birds. And so that's what Erie Bird Observatory really hopes to do. And TREC Foundation really, we will be hoping that they're able to provide us with any number of possible projects in the future that we'd like to do.
Thanks to the TREC Foundation, have had a very successful online live stream of a purple martin nest that's right here outside of the building, that's had millions of people view it over the last few years. We're also very lucky to have a purple martin pre-migratory roost that every late summer is home to tens of thousands of purple martins as they stop and refuel in this great habitat before they head down to Brazil for the winter. The TREC Foundation has been integral in funding our GPS migratory tracking research. It's critical for us to understand the entire life cycle of this species of bird. To do that, we place GPS tracking devices on the martins, and it records their path down to Brazil and back, and we're better able to understand the habitat that they use and the risks to that habitat in order to help conserve them throughout their life cycle. We're just thrilled to have this awesome building as our base of operations. It's a wonderful place to work, great energy.
Through the years, engaging programming, solid partnerships, and successes with community contributions have brought approximately 100,000 people to visit TREC annually.
We wanted to have our visitor center located here because this is the gateway for generally the arrival of most of our tourists. We've entered into a partnership with DCNR, with the Tom Ridge Environmental Center Foundation and Visit Erie to increase the signage, leading them right to the center itself. I think it's the next step in making sure that visitors are able to find the information that they're looking for to make their visit as pleasant as possible.
The Presque Isle Partnership was formed 25 years ago, and our efforts are primarily focused on Presque Isle State Park, the 3,200 acres of that sandy peninsula that we all love and enjoy all throughout the year. The different projects we do focus on restoration of historical sites, recreational activities, pavilions, picnic tables, playgrounds, physical structures and enhancements that really enhance that visitor experience. Presque Isle Partnership also operates the gift shop inside the Tom Ridge Environmental Center, and it is just a great thing to be able to have the TREC Foundation to be able to go to for funding for things like fixtures within the gift shop, or if we need to enhance some displays there within the gift shop. So we work with the TREC Foundation too on a variety of projects that we host down on the park, specifically Discover Presque Isle. The TREC Foundation provides funding so that we can make that full weekend of Discover Presque Isle, the last full weekend in July, a wonderful experience for everybody that comes down to the park, and to keep it free. So without that support from the TREC Foundation and other great contributors, we would not be able to provide some of these wonderful activities and opportunities for our park visitors to enjoy.
Lake Erie and Presque Isle are the Erie region's natural capital. Safeguarding our natural capital by protecting and preserving the environment of Presque Isle State Park and Lake Erie is as critical for the Erie region to thrive as all other economic development investments in the region. What if it all went away?
Well, that's not an option. Resiliency and collaboration will endure. We are committed to our mission to forge partnerships between the private sector and the Pennsylvania Department of Conservation and Natural Resources at the Tom Ridge Environmental Center and Presque Isle. The creation of the building led to a governing organization to support ongoing program and maintenance. Friends of the Tom Ridge Environmental Center was created specifically to raise funds for an endowment to support the center as well as our environmental partners to enhance educational programming, environmental research, and visitor experiences. The name of the organization was changed in February 2017 to the Tom Ridge Environmental Center Foundation. The renaming also represents the relationship between the foundation and the center, and the role of the foundation in supporting the activities of the center and Presque Isle State Park. We will continue to enhance educational programming, research, and visitor experience at the highest level. We'll continue to safeguard our natural capital, protect and preserve the environment of Presque Isle State Park and Lake Erie, support excellence in research and education, providing resources for educational opportunities that raise awareness and resources for research for sustainability of our natural resources, deliver a superior visitor experience, create a culture that is welcoming through engaging exhibits and memorable experiences.
One of the key programs that we bring onto the park every summer is called Eco Explorer Camp. One of the wonderful things about Eco Explorer Camp is the kids get hands-on experience on the park. They get to get fully immersed in the park experience. So not only are they canoeing and hiking and fishing and swimming, but they're also doing service learning projects. They're helping to do wetland restoration. They're helping to do beach cleanup. Behind me, you'll see some plastic. and we get the great opportunity to collaborate on projects like this. This is one small change, and we're utilizing a variety of mediums to help educate the public on ways that they can make small changes and, once again, their personal habits that maybe extrapolate out into their workplaces and in other ways to help positively impact the environment. Because as you all know, we're sitting on an amazing gem, which is Lake Erie, and we have to do everything that we possibly can to protect that fresh water.
Some say time wasted at the lake is time well spent. Others have looked to our center, our state, and nonprofit partnerships to see opportunity to get involved, learn something new, and contribute to preserve, protect, and enhance Lake Erie and Presque Isle for generations.